Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. We're going to give this about 30 seconds to let people enter. So we will start in just a few seconds. All right, we've got people coming in, a lot of participants. Great to see that. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. First, I'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Tiffany Texador. I'm the Director of Marketing at Educate 360, and Educate 360 offers training through a family of brands on leadership, project management, and technology skills. And so today's webinar, Artificial Intelligence Fundamentals for Everyone, is hosted by one of our New Horizons instructors, Tom Payne. Hi, Tom. Thank you so much for being here today.
Welcome.
And before I hand it over, just a little housekeeping. We're using Zoom for today's session, and we will be sharing a copy of this recording with you after. We'll be sending it to the email that you used to register. So please feel free to take notes, but we will be sending this to you for reference. And we do encourage participation through chat and Q&A. So if you have any questions, please use that chat button or that Q&A button. And if we don't get that to them immediately, Tom will be available for questions after the presentation. And right before we start, I did want to ask a poll so we can better understand our audience. So I'm going to launch a poll, Tom, while you introduce yourself.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for spending this webinar time with us. I am a full-time trainer. I've been training for over 20 years. I teach programming classes, cybersecurity classes, and of course, AI classes. And I've been in the business for a long time, and I see the trends that have come and gone over the years, and the way that technology has changed the face of what we do all the time. Can you imagine trying to run a business without the internet, or trying to run a business without databases? In my lifetime, businesses ran with pencil and paper ledger books, and now we've got cloud-based big data solutions and AI that give us the power to do things faster and better than ever before.
Great. I'm going to then end that poll, Tom, and it looks like the majority of our attendees are not currently using AI in their business. So this is a great presentation for you to introduce them to how they can do it and what the benefits are. So take it away.
So thanks again, everyone. Let's learn. So in this webinar, we are going to discuss a few topics. So we'll start out with just AI fundamentals. What is AI and why does it matter? We'll tie that into our business, functions of AI and what it can do for the business. And then we'll talk about some requirements for setting up AI, getting it actually implemented within our business to help it produce more value. So let me start out by just with the AI fundamentals, and honestly, even before we talk about AI, just talk about what business is all about. Every business, every organization, whether you work for government or a nonprofit or a publicly traded company, no matter who you are working for, what business you're involved in, every business exists to deliver value. And if you have a business that is having a hard time delivering value to your customers, your business will struggle. Just think about Kodak and Blockbuster Video and Kmart, businesses that used to be big and provide a lot of value. They have struggled as technology came along, technologies that improve the ability for us to deliver value. Amazon can deliver more value than Kmart could, and digital photography delivers value. So Kodak has a harder time, and Netflix and other streaming services deliver more value than Blockbuster Video could. So businesses, if you don't keep up, then you will struggle to survive. And in the 1980s, computers became affordable enough for most every business to use a computer. And businesses that rejected the technology, that didn't trust it, or that were afraid of the technology, they couldn't compete. In the 80s, it was computers. In the 90s, the internet became the thing. Why would I hook my company data up to hackers and viruses? Well, if you don't hook up to the internet, you can't compete. In the early 2000s, it was cell phones, smartphones. In the 2010s, it's the cloud. If you're not taking advantage of the cloud, then how can you compete? And now in the 2020s, I think it really is all about AI. And if you don't adopt AI, if you don't incorporate this into your business, you're going to have a hard time competing. And there will be AI companies that come along and dethrone big companies that we all know and use now will be dethroned because some AI thing will come along and provide more value. So what is AI? Let's start with that. AI is artificial intelligence. It is a computer mimicking what human intelligence can do, right? Like a human, we can, speak and understand each other. We can recognize patterns. I can look at an apple and tell you that's a good apple or that looks like a bad apple just by looking at it. I can read between the lines. If you were to tell me something, I could maybe figure out whether you're being sarcastic or not. Can a computer detect sarcasm? Can a computer take a photo and recognize, hey, that's a picture of, this celebrity, or that's a picture of a cat or a dog? Can a computer do those things? And the computers have been trying to mimic human intelligence over the years, and it's getting better and better at mimicking human intelligence. So another company that used to be big was America Online. And they're not that big anymore, but I used to work for America Online, and they were growing so fast they had to try to hire tech support agents, and they couldn't keep up with the demand. If AI had been around, then you could have AI help supplement these capabilities so that you don't have to hire an army of tech support agents. You can have AI handle a lot of the easy stuff, and then you just hire the humans to handle the more, customized, challenging stuff or whatnot. So AI enables us to do things with a computer rather than having to rely on human effort to do it, because it can mimic human intelligence and human capabilities. There are some enabling technologies that we're going to talk about behind AI. Some common factors that we deal with is just understanding what environment we're dealing with, what goals we're trying to achieve, and then letting the AI learn. Like humans, we learn through experience. When I was doing tech support, I wasn't very good at the job, but as I did it more and learned more, I got really good at it. So can a computer learn and get better at things? Absolutely. And I'm telling you, this is going to revolutionize business. And I know there's some fears behind, oh, we're going to lose jobs. Well, when electricity and the light bulb was invented, maybe some candlestick makers lost their jobs, but now we have a whole era of electricians and power generation factories and companies. So there will be revolutionary changes in business. There will still be plenty of work for us to do along the way. But AI is definitely going to be a bigger and bigger part of our everyday lives. And the companies that use AI to deliver more value, they'll thrive. Let's ride the wave. Let's be one of those companies. So 3 important technologies that fundamentally enable AI to work. First of all, the cloud. Without cloud computing, without distributed internet, broadband, cloud-based computing, AI wouldn't have enough data, enough power to do what it does. GPUs. A GPU is a graphics processing unit. It's like in your computer, you have a CPU that's the brain of your computer. GPUs are really good at handling massive amounts of information. And it was originally for, high resolution graphics, but GPUs can be used to process all sorts of information. And companies like NVIDIA are huge now because the AI revolution requires a lot of processing power, GPU power. And an AI learns from experience. It learns by processing data. So if we don't have the data, how can it learn? If we have a lot of data, AI can learn from that data. It can get smarter if you feed it good data. So big data, the ability to store massive amounts of data has expanded over the years, and AI uses those massive data stores to learn and make predictions and to understand, how to interpret a photo and how to predict sales and how to understand our customers better. So big data helps us to do that. We can spot trends. We can recognize our customers in better ways. So 4 major functions that we're going to talk about of AI in business. We'll start out with improving user experiences. Your organization probably has a mission statement, and that mission statement kind of expresses the value that we provide to the world. So that mission statement should somehow say, here's how we enhance somebody's life. Here's how we add value to someone. So AI can help us improve the user experience. Topic 2, we'll talk about segmenting our audience. If you understand your customer, you can provide value to them. If you think that I want, Tom Payne wants perfume, and you try to send me marketing stuff, you're not going to get a customer. But if you know me and you know that I'm a techno geek and I like technology, and you send me offers for technology deals, you're probably going to get a customer. So the better you can understand your customer segments, the more you can give them things that they value. And if you can give me what I want, then I will be a customer. We'll talk about security. Security is so vital in the modern world. The more we connect and interconnect with each other, the more we need to consider securing our stuff. An asset is something we value. Our company is here to deliver value. We cannot deliver value if we don't protect that value. So AI can help us protect the value, because I bet you the bad guys are going to start using AI more and more to try to, breach our security, try to get things they shouldn't get, try to hurt us. So we're going to use AI to secure our assets as well. And then finally, topic 4, we're going to talk about optimizing processes. Most successful businesses have processes that they can rely on to give them some sort of a result, some predictable outcome. If you don't have a process, you're just letting every employee just make up their own processes, however they want to try to get things done. You're going to have a lot of chaos, a lot of unpredictability. As you have a more process-driven business, those processes are defined, and theoretically you can plug anyone in to perform the process. So if you lose some employees and you hire some new employees, how long until they become proficient at producing results? Well, if you have a good process, you can plug anyone in and get consistent results. So if you have a process, why not make it a better process? And why not even automate a lot of that process so that we don't have to rely on human effort to get a lot of work done? We can let the computer do the work for us. So these 4 topics are the 4 functions of AI in business that we're going to discuss here over the next several slides. And bear in mind, we're going to ask you about these processes afterwards. So number 1, improving user experiences. If your organization is trying to deliver value to your users, let's improve the way the users experience our product, our service, whatever it is we have to offer, the value we offer them. So there's some things that we can use AI to do. For example, natural language processing. We as humans are really good at reading all these squiggles on the page and turning it into something that has meaning. We're really good at making noises with our mouth that other people can derive meaning from. We can use language. We can talk to each other. Computers traditionally is all data. It's ones and zeros. It's, you have to learn Java or C#. You have to learn a whole new language to talk to a computer, right? Well, not anymore. With AI, we can talk to a computer in English or in Hindi or in German or whatever language you speak. And the computer can understand what you're asking and figure out, how to respond to your query. Chatbots also up top there. So instead of waiting on hold for 45 minutes to talk to an America Online tech support agent, imagine you could get instant results and good results with a chatbot. We can use AI and natural language processing to give customers real-time interactions where they can ask questions and get answers. And I don't know about you, but one of my pet peeves is calling up a tech support line or something and press 1 for this, press 2 for that. Why can't I just talk to a human? A lot of times I'll just press 0 to get to a human so I can just talk to someone. Now with chatbots, as AI gets better and better at doing this kind of thing, we will have better customer service, better able to answer customer questions and not have to go through the menus and press 1 or 2 or 3 all the time to get the help we want. And not have to hire an army of tech support agents that cost a tremendous amount of money. If you hire 1,000 tech support agents, you're going to have to pay every one of them a salary. You're going to have to pay them their benefits. You're going to have to deal with them getting sick. You're going to have to deal with corporate drama. If you have a chat bot that can do that job, you pay pennies to get the same functionality. If you design it well, right? You got to get a chatbot that does the job right. So AI is getting better at that kind of thing. Agent assistance. So the next little circle there, even your tech support agents, even your human agents might have questions. So the customer asks your agent a question and they need help. Where do they go for help? Well, they can go to an AI and get help to help them answer the question better than ever before. AI can do sentiment analysis. What that means is I can analyze something that you've said or something that you've written for whether you were happy or sad about it, whether it was positive or negative sentiment. And so I can have an AI detect in a tweet, maybe you tweeted something about my company. I can have an AI check, oh, you tweeted about me. Did you tweet something positive or negative? And AI can then make a decision on, oh, maybe I'll reply. We're sorry you had a bad experience. We want to make it right. So anyone who tweets something bad about your company will get an instant response that says, hey, we want to do better. We want to make it right. And AI can help recognize whether somebody is happy, upset, positive, or negative. We can have recommendation systems where if you watch streaming video, they recommend more shows for you to watch. And if you recommend shows to me that are funny or adventurous, then I'll probably watch it. If you recommend romances to me, I probably won't care. So knowing what your customer wants, or if you go to Amazon and you order a product, they'll say, hey, here's some other things that you might want to tie into this. If the products you recommend actually fit well, then you have a chance that I'll buy it. You want fries with that? If you just ask, if you recommend something that fits in, people will like that. That's valuable to them. So it helps your organization, sell more, which is valuable to the organization. The reason you're selling more is because you're offering value that the customers want. Digital personalization, we can make a personalized experience for our users. Again, when I log into my streaming video and you log into your streaming video service, you get recommendations that fit your personality. And that's valuable. If you're sending me coupons and recommendations for things that I don't want, that's not valuable to me, then I'm not going to be your customer. People who know me and people who offer me things that they know I like and want, and I'm glad to get those offers because it's valuable to me. So we can use AI to understand our customers, improve their user experience better than ever before. All right, and part of that is segmenting our audiences, understanding that, hey, a middle-aged white man might have different, value, things that they value different than maybe a younger man or a female or somebody who lives in, New York versus somebody who lives in California. So understanding our audiences and being able to make market segments. Just another example, if I got to hustle here, if you have a frozen yogurt shop, guess what? Frozen yogurt shops, primary audience is females, believe it or not. So if you had a froyo shop and you had a bunch of sports stations and Harley Davidsons as your decor, you might not get as many customers as if you have, colorful flowers and things like that. So understanding your customer can help you target them with things that they value. AI can help you understand and predict these segments of our customer so that we can give that segment of customer things they want. If you want to sell me pregnancy products, you're not going to sell much to me, but there is a segment of people out there who do want pregnancy products. So if you can understand your audience and give them what they want, that enhances your value, and it is something that your customer values. Security is so important these days. If you don't secure those things that you have that are valuable, they'll get hacked, they'll get breached, they'll get lost. And if you lose some valuable assets, then that hurts your value of your business. You'll struggle to survive if you can't deliver value, and you can't deliver value if you haven't secured it. So you can use AI to help you recognize the risks and which risks are the biggest risks that we face. AI can help you analyze threats. Hey, here's modern threats. Am I susceptible to those threats? AI can help you recognize when some transaction is fraudulent versus a transaction that is legitimate. If you don't have AI and you're just letting fraudulent transactions go unchecked, or you're using human effort to try to spot fraudulent transactions, you're going to have a hard time keeping up. But with AI, with a little bit of training, AI can notice, hey, Tom Payne, he doesn't usually purchase something in Colombia, right? So maybe we'll pause that transaction and verify it somehow. And then just using AI to recognize security situations and raise the red flag, trigger an alarm so that we can respond to that security situation. AI can detect a virus better than the old-fashioned signature pattern matching. AI can help recognize some breach better than just trying to have some hard-coded data breach, formula that we run. AI can help us secure assets better than ever before. Finally, AI can optimize processes. If you have a process and it's well-defined, why not have the computer do it for you? Well, sometimes the processes require some intelligence as part of the process, like data entry, for example. Data entry, you have to be able to read people's handwriting, and everyone has different handwriting. So maybe that required a lot of human effort to enter forms into the database. So we had to have humans do the data entry. Well, nowadays, we can have AI that can read handwriting, AI that can drive a car, AI that can decide the best route to take to deliver packages to 13 different customers, right? If I got to go to 13 locations, what's the most optimal route that would minimize drive time and maximize actual product delivery? We can take processes that traditionally required a human to figure it out, and we can have a computer perform these processes for us, right? Instead of a bunch of humans on the assembly line, we can have robots, and robots work more accurately, more quickly, more reliably than humans. And now the humans that used to be on the assembly line, you know what? They can be doing other jobs, other valuable things for our organization. So optimizing processes, so valuable, so important, so helpful. All right, time for a poll.
Give me 1 sec and let me see if I can deploy this. But we are curious, which of these is the greatest priority in your business? So let me go ahead and launch that. Lots of different answers.
I love it. I love it.
All right, about 70% have voted, so I'll give you a couple more seconds. All right.
Nice. A lot of people that need to optimize processes at work, maximize the computer effort with less human effort involved. Improving user experience, so important. If you can understand your customers and give them the best experience possible, that's valuable. That's something that you'll thrive rather than struggling to survive if you can provide an amazing user experience to your users. Of course, security is important, so vital. If you can't secure your assets, you can't deliver the value of those assets. And segmenting your audience, I think maybe that could tie into several of these, right? Being able to improve the user experience by understanding who our audience is and what they want. being able to give them recommendations that they'll actually appreciate, and they'll end up working with you because you understand what they need and you're able to fulfill those needs, deliver that value. Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. All right, last little subtopic here is implementing business requirements for AI. So we're going to talk about designing our solutions that incorporate AI. We'll talk about the data requirements. What do we need to have data-wise in order to make this work? We'll talk about risks of moving to AI, and then we'll talk about developing our AI strategy going forward. So first of all, identifying design requirements. Whatever solution you need to design, somebody has a problem that needs to be solved, a pain point that needs to be resolved, right? The most valuable things are if you can find a pain point that you can alleviate and make it easier, faster, better, more efficient, or if you can find something that people are passionate about, willing to spend money on, willing to devote effort to. And if we can fulfill something that somebody's passionate about, or we can ease their pain, then we will be delivering value. So when we are looking at what we want to design, we need to figure out what are the requirements. How can AI help me with this? Is there a problem that AI can help me solve? Is there already an existing solution to this, but AI can help enhance it? What is the goal? What is our mission? What are we really trying to deliver? I will tell you, we'll talk about risks here in a minute, but if you get the cart before the horse, and if you're so invested in implementing AI, but you're not sure how that's valuable to your customer, you're doing it wrong. The AI is going to help you deliver value, not that AI is your mission. AI isn't normally your mission. AI is going to help you achieve your mission, which is to really deliver value. So you got to figure out your overall goals. What do we need in order to achieve the goals? And are there these kinds of problems already being solved by someone? Maybe I don't need to even invent anything. Maybe I can subscribe to some service that'll do it for me. Like Microsoft Azure has a bunch of AI services built in. If you want to do natural language processing, or if you want to do computer vision where we recognize photos, if you want to do sentiment analysis, if you want to do chat GPT, but chat GPT that isn't just trained on the internet, but chat GPT that knows my business and my documents and my customers. You can take some classes in Microsoft Azure AI and you can subscribe to some of these capabilities. You don't have to go to MIT or Harvard and become an AI machine learning graduate. You can just subscribe to these services. Microsoft has already hired these people. So come take a Microsoft Azure class, and then you'll learn how you can subscribe to these capabilities. Consult with your stakeholders. Whatever your design requirements are, there's going to be people who care. And if you're not talking to the right people, if this isn't really valuable to your customers, but in a boardroom it seemed like it's valuable, that it's important to get the board's approval of things, but it's really important to make sure your customers want it. So consult with your stakeholders, make sure that you are actually delivering something that they value. And if you can quantify that value, there's risks involved, there's costs, but you pay these costs, these subscription fees. Why? To generate more value. And so if we can quantify that value, then we can really get people on board with it. We can really deliver a lot more value once we can quantify it. I see the questions. We'll be right there with those. Identify your data requirements. AI needs data. AI can't learn if you don't feed it information. So the quality of the data you feed it is really important. If you feed in a bunch of sales data to your AI, and if you have too much product on, you might have to throw it out because it expired, and that's value you're throwing away. If you don't have enough product on the shelf and you run out of it, people will go to your competitors to get the product that you ran out of. So getting an accurate amount is important. So the data that you're drawing from needs to be accurate. Sorry, I noticed a little lag time there. Hopefully I'm in now. Hopefully everything's all right. How current is the data? If the trend is going up, but we have old data, we may not catch that trend. Is the data missing pieces? Is the data, if we have good quality data, AI will learn the right things. Data control is actually capturing the data, storing it, protecting it, making sure that we don't allow it to be breached, right? So access permissions is part of data control, and that leads to data security. We don't want data to be tampered with. We don't want data to be deleted when it's useful data. We don't want data to be distributed when it's supposed to be kept private. So we just need to make sure we identify our data requirements. There are risks to going with AI too. For example, how is that going to affect our employees? If we end up firing a bunch of people because AI came in and is doing a better job than they were doing, that has an impact on real people. If we have jobs that are predictable and routine, AI can do those, and that can free up employees to do things that are more creative or more appropriate for humans rather than having a machine do it. So, employees right now, I will tell you, I think AI with employees, humans and AI working together, that's really the best way to go forward, rather than AI completely replacing the human. AI can enhance the human's ability to do things. I can code better than I could without AI. I can answer questions better than I could without AI. I can, create a class better than I could without AI. So there's operational risk. Sometimes the AI could fail. What if the data is bad? What if our internet goes down? This class, I just had some internet lag. There's technological hurdles that we need to deal with. There's also ethical considerations. If we make AI that makes decisions that affect people's lives, are those decisions going to be fair? Are those decisions transparent? Are those decisions going to hurt people? Are those decisions going to expose things that should have been private? So there are ethical considerations to moving to AI, where we need to remember that an AI maybe doesn't have the ethical feelings that humans have. So we need to make sure that our AI doesn't do unethical things. An AI will just do what it's been trained to do, and it could do bad things if we don't train it right. Last slide, and then we'll cover some of the questions. So as you push forward, you're going to start thinking AI needs to be a part of what we do. And so we need to take a look at what is our organization trying to accomplish, and can we align some AI capabilities with our organizational goals and initiatives? If we can align that well, it needs to align also socially and ethically with what we're trying to do. We need to devote some resources to this, maybe some training. Does anyone know how to use the Microsoft Azure AI capabilities? Maybe go and attend some training. Look up AI classes and learn. Go send some people there. And if they can learn how to use it and it works well, then we can, incorporate that more into our business. And again, remember, your competitors are going to be doing this. So if you are not on board, it's like not adopting the internet in the 90s, and you're gonna lose. You're gonna fall behind. Or it's like not adopting smartphones or not adopting the cloud. If you're not adopting AI, your competitors certainly are going to be doing that, and you're gonna struggle. So, questions real quick. Segmenting isn't so different personalizing, if I'm not mistaken. I agree with that. Segmenting and personalization, there's definitely overlap there. Can AI facilitate the fit for purpose mandate in implementing functions? Facilitate, yes, absolutely. What you can do is have AI assist the humans in the implementation of functions or any situation that you need to set up. There are situations where people try to implement AI and it's not quite fit for purpose. So we need to be strategic about these decisions. This presentation, I don't think I used AI for this particular presentation, but I have used AI to help produce content before, produce labs for the classes I teach. And And again, the AI wasn't just doing it all. It was me in conjunction with AI. So I think as far as AI is concerned, use it to enhance human capabilities, use it to make processes more efficient, and then let human capabilities jump in when the AI isn't confident enough. Let the human come in and make the decision. When the AI, we don't, trust it enough, let humans do that kind of thing. And let AI and humans work together to deliver more value than ever before. Thank you so much for attending. I know I went a few minutes over. We got to wrap it up now, but I appreciate everyone attending. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. And as I mentioned, we will be sending this video out via email, so keep an eye out for it. And then I also wanted to drop, since you talked about it, I know we're a little bit over, but I'm going to drop a free resource in here since we talked about the importance of security. So I'm going to drop a download that we have that is all about identifying AI threats in today's landscapes before you adopt it, some questions you should be asking yourself. So I'm going to drop that here. We'll also include it in the follow-up email as well as a free resource for you. So thank you guys for attending, and thank you so much, Tom. That was really, really great information.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.